All right. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our introductory kickoff video of our upcoming adventure of hiking the Appalachian Trail. And from an introduction standpoint, I'm David, and this is Joe, and together we're known as David and Joe.
Yeah. Cooking good.
Yeah, cooking good. Yeah,
or good cooking.
Yeah, however you want to look at it. Along those lines, we don't have any what they call trail names yet. We're hoping that we'll get that along the way. Hopefully it'll be something positive and not something stupid that we've done along the way. But anyways,
no, it will be. Yeah, probably something. Those are the ones that stick, right?
Yeah, and those are the ones you don't want to.
Yeah.
But anyways, just a little bit. We kind of decided that we wanted to video log a little bit of our journey. And really, it's all about trying to keep our family and friends up to date, particularly our wives, as to where we're at, that we're still alive and kicking, and our other family that is interested in just kind of keeping up with us. The other part of this is really just doing this to try to have something that we can look back on in a few years and say, what the heck were we thinking?
Yeah, but we're going to kill our memory along the way. What we remember, 1 mile will look like another's. Having the vlog is going to help a lot.
Exactly. So for our family and friends who aren't familiar with the Appalachian Trail, just kind of a quick overview. The trail runs from Georgia at Springer Mountain all the way up to Mount Katahdin in Maine. It's roughly about 2,193.1 miles, rough.
Yeah.
A 0.1 will probably get us. It goes through 14 states, and it takes generally about 5 to 6 months to complete. Certainly for the folks that are very fast can do it much faster than that, but for a couple of old guys like us, we're planning somewhere around 5.5 to 6 months to get it done. A lot of people, the normal way of doing the trail is to start in Georgia and hike north up to Maine, and for folks who do that, they're referred to as NOBOs, northbounders. Also, several people will do it southbound, where they go from Maine down to Georgia, and they're referred to as SOBOs. And then a fewer number will do what we refer to as a flip-flop, and that's where you start somewhere in the middle of the trail, hike a certain distance up to the end, flip back to where you started and go the other direction to the other end. And that's ultimately what Joe and I are going to do as we kind of move forward with this. So let's see, what else is pertinent to know?
It'll be a long hike.
And we're talking to each other now, and we're hoping after 6 months we'll still be talking to each other.
I guess one thing that's important is how many other people do the hike, because there's a lot of folks out there that do it. And I think right now there's close to 3,000 people registered for the hike so far for this year.
Yeah, and the common way is for, again, people to go northbound, starting in Georgia. And with the fact that a lot of folks did not hike last year because of the pandemic, there's a lot more people they're expecting to hike this year. I think I heard the other day that they're expecting like 50 people to start on March 1st in Georgia, which is also part of the reason we've decided to kind of flip-flop, actually for two reasons. One is that Joe and I have section hiked up to about 535 miles of the AT, so up in the Virginia area. And so we've decided we would just start right there and then go to Katahdin. And when we get to Katahdin, we can celebrate the fact that we have hiked all of the AT. We're going to take a couple weeks off there when we get to Maine, just to for me to attend my son's wedding, which probably would be good if I didn't attend that.
And I'm going to go save my marriage.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Yeah.
And then when we get back, we'll start back in Virginia and work our way south back to Georgia, and then we'll celebrate the fact that we thru hike. So it's all about celebrations, and the more we can have, the better, the more fun we'll have.
Yeah.
So, and then the second reason is just because of the sheer number of people that are starting out. When we start out, there probably won't be a lot of people up in the Virginia area, at least for the first probably month. So we shouldn't have a large crowd, and in light of the pandemic and everything, we're trying to do what we can to be as safe as we can and to be respectful of everything that's going on with that. Actually, to give you a little bit of background here, we had planned to do this last year in 2020, and actually there was going to be 4 of us, my wife Christy and our good friend Linda. We're going to start out, and a lot of unforeseen things happened last year, including a large pandemic. So we ultimately weren't able to do it, and we had to postpone to this year. And unfortunately, Christy and Linda are not going to be able to join us on the trail this year, so it's down to just Joe and I. So
Yep, the two amigos.
The two amigos. So anyways, that's pretty much it. We're hoping to get a video out at least once a week just to keep everybody up to date. More often, if it depends on how our editor handles all this, being my wife.
We are so thankful that she's willing to take on that burden.
So if there's any mistakes in it, we're going to blame her, of course. It can't be any of our filming or anything.
We're
like
not
that.
filming yet.
No,
not the film crew.
No. So, anyways, that's the plan. We've got, certainly along the way, we'll maybe jump into a few topics and talk a little bit about what we're experiencing, what we thought, what we planned, those type of things. As I mentioned before, Joe and I have had the opportunity. We've been hiking together 5-6 years, something.
Oh, I'd say, yeah, 6 or
longer
7.
than that. So we've got a lot of experience, certainly on the AT itself and other places. We know kind of what we're getting into. We've done a lot of shakedown hikes just to figure out our gear. We've tweaked a lot of things. We've made some adjustments. So we feel comfortable with where we are starting out. But we've also done enough to know we've got a lot to learn as we go forward. This is 2,193.1 miles, and that's certainly much more than I have ever done in one stint. So again, I think we're gonna learn a lot, and as we talked about, it's going to be interesting after a month or two, and certainly after we're all done, to look back and think about what we've learned. And again, going back and looking at this video, what were we thinking? Oh, piece of cake. So anyways.
And those videos will already be out on the street, so to speak, as we learn some of those lessons. And then I can see us going, I wish we never would have said that in the video because we were so off.
Yeah. Like I said, I think we're going to be different people when this is all done. Hopefully for the better, but certainly to the point of having a little bit more experience and knowing even more if we want to do some more long distance hiking after that. So anyway, stay tuned. Again, we will try to do these about once a week at a minimum. Try to get things posted up, perhaps sooner if we can get things uploaded on the trail, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you down the trail.
See you down the trail.